how did we get here? Like, that's the question right now. You guys certainly deserve a thank you video. I'm gonna try to keep this between. I don't want to jump cut the shit out of this one. I just want to keep it, Jeremy to his fans and keep it all pure. But 1 million subscribers just happened. For those of you who don't know, I just hit 1 million subscribers. It's a lot of subscribers. It's almost an unfathomable, unquantifiable amount that you can actually quantify. But yeah, it certainly deserves a video. And so I just want to. A lot of people have asked me my story and what I did starting YouTube. Some people want to see my filming room. That makes me nervous. I don't know why. It's like showing people just the regular guy behind the great and powerful Oz or something like that, which totally sounds douchey for me to say. But okay, first of all, before I get to the how, sincere, actual thank you. There's 1 million people who said, you know what? I will click right there and see more. I want to see what this asshole has to say. Click, boom, 1 million times. I don't even know. I have nothing. In my head, I don't know how you guys thought that would be a good idea. But I thank you for it. Because YouTube has led to some sincerely cool shit. It really gave me a path when I didn't have a path. I was a projectionist at a movie theater, frustrated because you see so many people who find the groove in their life. They're like, oh, that's totally what I'm going to do. And there I was, starting movies in a digital theater that didn't need to have me there, but the boss was cool and the company was cool, so they were like, yeah, we'll keep Jeremy as a projectionist. But and then I just started YouTube as a hobby. And here's the story. I had my friends and I, back in like 2000 something, probably 2006, we bought a camera. I bought a Canon XL2. For those of you who don't know, it's this beast right here. Look at the size of this fucking thing. This thing is so... This is standard def also. This is actually the camera I used before I filmed in high def on a much smaller camera, which is the one I'm using right now. But I had that because my friends and I were like, we're going to make short films. It's going to be awesome. And so we made a couple, and it's a grueling process. It really is just hard. It's difficult and sometimes quite horrendous. And so I wasn't having fun doing it. So we didn't do it anymore because we were just getting stressed out and angry at each other for zero reason whatsoever. But I had this camera, and my friends were like, you should totally do YouTube, man. I was like, I'm not that interesting. I don't know what you guys are smoking, but don't think that I'm that fascinating. So I didn't do it. And then I saw Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, Transformers 2. And I had a YouTube channel called Movie Man 191. And I just so didn't like Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. I was like, I think I'm going to talk about that on YouTube. You give me an excuse to use my huge overpriced camera. So why not? I'm in credit card debt because of the camera. So why not? So I set it up, and I actually did a thing where I talked about Star Trek, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And I didn't even put it up. I filmed it and did nothing with it. And then time went on. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that Transformers thing one more time. So I filmed another segment of me just talking about Transformers. And I cut it together and put it up. Didn't tell anyone that I did. I just wanted to see what people said. And people were kind. They thought it was good. They thought it was funny. Very kind words from the get-go, which is super cool because I know how demoralization can get. I have to assume there are people who started YouTube who got some, fuck you don't know, and then they just stopped, which sucks. It's a tragedy. But to be on YouTube, you got to have thick skin, which I don't always have. You've seen me get frustrated with people on Twitter or the comment sections in my videos. It happens, and I totally get it. And if it happens early on, I get that people will probably just stop doing it, which I'm sorry if that's happened to you. But so I didn't tell anyone about it, and somehow the people at my work found out about it. And they just clicked, found my channel, found the review, turned it on while I was there. And I was like, this is either going to inspire me to do more videos or I'm going to stop as of now. And they were all laughing, and my former boss still professes that's his favorite video I've ever done. So I got lucky in that sense. And it was a cycle of really positive reinforcement. I was having fun doing it. I still am having fun doing it. It's been like 6.5 years. 500,000, 6.5 years. I've seen people do it quicker. I've seen people do it slower, but we got there. but it still is a hobby. Like, I tell people are like, what do you do for a job? I'm like, I don't have a job. I have a hobby that I get money from, but I don't have a job. I'm pretty much unemployed. I'm an unemployed man-child with figurines all around me. And I talk about, movies. And so after that, I just kept doing it. And that first 100 subscribers is the biggest high you'll ever feel on YouTube. It's that first time you see the digits go bam, and you're like, whoa, extra zero, holy shit. And that's why 1 million is mind-blowing, because it's very much the same feeling. It's a milestone, because that first 100, you're like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep doing this. And now 1 million, it's not the end. It's not like it ends, not like, all right, million, peace. No, 1 million's where it continues. 1 million's kind of like the Master Sword in Zelda, where it's like, all right, you got that thing. Now we've only just begun. And then your adventure starts from there. That's Link to the Past for people who might not get the reference and are like, that's not an ocarina. Ocarina's the best. And so, yeah, that's how I started. And if anyone wants to start YouTube reviews or YouTube whatever, my only advice is have fun, be yourself, and be honest. Because your integrity is everything on here. If you start bullshitting people, they're going to see. They're not dumb. It's the sincerity that you'll come with will be why people watch you. And one thing also is people seem to think that YouTube is a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not. So if you're like, oh, I'm totally going to get quick money on YouTube, it doesn't work that way. And if you go into it with that mindset, you're just going to get frustrated. I had no idea that was a thing. And so from personal experience, again, I kind of like took the route. It was ignorance is bliss. I just didn't know that you can make money doing YouTube. So I just did it for the shit of it, because it was fun. And, it's really cool seeing the feedback, and you're talking to the people, and people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you responded. You're like, what are you talking about? Dude, it is remarkable how people seem to think, like I've met fans, and it's almost like they react like they're meeting a celebrity. And to me, I'm like, I don't know why you're reacting that way, but it's awesome, and I appreciate it. It makes me feel very good. But I am so just me. I was literally watching the Food Network downstairs in my house where we are filming. This is my bedroom, by the way. I can see this shit when I'm going to bed. And if the magic is happening, yeah, chicks dig my surroundings. But it's always just a mind-blowing thing. And I'm so completely not in the I have 1 million subscribers mindset. I'm still in the I have that first 100, which is fun. Again, it keeps it a hobby. And so if you're going to do this, do it as a hobby first. And if you get money, hey, fantastic. But don't do YouTube for the sake of getting money. But I just wanted to, I went kind of on a tangent. I feel like I'm giving advice, like, okay, I'm going to give you pearls. It really wasn't my intention. I just wanted to thank you guys and give you a quick story, which turned out to be a long story. But thank you very much. 1 million subscribers is baffling, and it's unfathomable. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. Seriously, you guys, like I said, gave me something to... It's going to sound super cheesy. It gave me a legacy. Like, it gave me a legacy worth having. It gave me something worth working towards every week. And that's the thing about it, which makes it great, is that I don't have to really scrape for shit and run out of ideas. It's like every week I get to talk about movies, which is really funny. Because I knew a couple people when I was younger. One person in particular was like, movie critics, I was watching Siskel and Ebert. He was like, movie critics, people who talk about movies for a living, if they think that is anything worth doing, they're sadly mistaken. And now I'm doing this, and he was like, good job, man. Super awesome. We are all proud of you. It's really funny that shit kind of changes like that when you have different perspective. But no, seriously, thank you. And now I'm going to do some... I almost froze up there. I was like, should I? I'm going to do something that really makes me nervous because I feel vulnerable. It literally is like seeing me naked is kind of how I feel. I'm going to show you guys a peek behind the curtain. You guys want to see where I film. So let's see where I film. All right, we got to be quiet because I think there might be some people editing in there or filming possibly. So, all right, we got to go in really slowly and quiet. All right, hello? Anyone doing that? Oh, there's not, because I don't have an editor and there's no one else who films here. Hold on, let me get a hold of this camera. All right. This is the room. This is where the magic really happens. And if I get to the corner, it's just a bedroom in my house. That's all it is. Sorry if these lights are playing hell on your eyes, but yeah, looking at it. That carpet's because in standing there are two spots on the rug. I feel like there are two spots on the rug where my feet, you can tell right here, like those are footprints because I film here every time I film, I film here. But yeah, I mean, just look around. It's like a light that lights me as I'm standing there. Two lights that light the green screen. Green screen's like $40 on Amazon. Some miscellaneous shit over here. I have like a bunch of bulbs because bulbs wear out and you just want to have them all. So I think I literally went there and bought every bulb they had. Just some old monitor, laptop bags, Kylo Ren thing, like some weird props that I've used. I used that for Terminator. There's my tour de force pipe. A gun for when the movies really get bad. And those are my cop glasses. You remember the speeding ticket I got? That's what I'm talking about. But, and then the mic stand. Oh, and Star Wars curtain cape. You cannot forget that. Reminds us all what's awesome. But, and the lint roller. Because, hey, sometimes you get lint on your suit. And you need to fix that. But here, I'll show you what it takes to make a video. Check it out. Put the mic right here. Bam. Come over here. And boom. Flip that around. Just like that. That's how you make a YouTube video. And I'm doing this to show you guys. Well, first of all, you know what? No, we can't not. Star Wars, nothing but. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. Star Wars. It took way too long. That's why we do jump cuts, ladies and gentlemen. But no, I wanted to show you guys this because I imagine there's some people out there like, oh, I can't start YouTube. I don't have a budget. Clearly, neither do I. I have no budget whatsoever. I have zero budget. I mean, one can argue I have a budget now. But it's kind of get it as you go. You know, I already had the camera, but the camera is like $1,000. Tripod, granted, the tripod's pretty expensive, but I had it for my XL2. I would get at least a less expensive one, $100. The Zoom H4n, the little audio thing that I record with, that's like $300. I think the microphone was $300. Again, I had that for years. The light set is $300. Green screen's like $45. But that's it. And once you buy it, you have it. And you can just do whatever. So one-time purchase of all that stuff, and I was able to do YouTube until now. My gear is unchanged except the audio equipment and the camera. The rest of this shit, same stuff I've always used. Same setup I have always used. But I do it to show you that you don't need a lot. You don't need everything. You don't need this huge budget. You don't need backing. You don't need a crew. You just need you. And if you want to do it, just do it. Because apparently that excuse of like, oh, I don't have a lot of money is now gone. I've taken that from you and I'm really sorry about that. But you no longer have that. And even if it's not YouTube, if it's something else, I'm just showing you that if one guy can get 1 million people to watch him, or consistently 300,000 people of 1 million subscribers, to watch him, then you can do that thing that you want to do too. You don't need everything. You get it as you go. So just do it. Do that thing, you know? That is the reason I showed you this room. I showed you this room because, is it underwhelming? Absolutely, and it should be, because just normal people doing normal things. Well, I don't know if YouTube videos are normal. Normal people just doing hobbies. It's what it is. It's what I am. It's what we are. It's what we do. Us. So, yeah, just do your thing. Whatever it is, YouTube or otherwise, just do the thing. Start. And if you don't get a lot of momentum at first, keep doing it and you'll get momentum. And then, maybe you can just kind of ground out a little piece of life for yourself too, like I did. But yeah, again, thank you all for watching and subscribing. My hair just went. I really appreciate it. I seriously do. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. And we hit 1 million. And so I have no intention of stopping. So there will probably be a 2 million video, maybe 3. Who knows? Who knows how far it'll go? I have no intention of stopping. It's really funny side story before I go. I work with the Screen Junkies crew on Screen Junkies Plus. Did that for one of a couple reasons. One, because the Screen Junkies crew, they're actually a lot of fun to work with. Two, one of the logistics, and the same logistic I gave them that I have given anybody who's ever wanted to do things with me, it doesn't always work out. They're like, I'm always like, out the gate, I'm like, my channel remains the same, unchanged, untouched, as if this other thing isn't happening. And some companies have been like, well, I'm like, well, then you can kindly go fuck yourself. So I have to assume they went and had sex with themselves. But with the Screen Junkies guys, Andy was like, no, I get it. I'm a content creator first, is what he always said. So I felt really good about doing that with them. Two, it's a game show. It's a lot different than what I usually do, my regular norm here in this little room that you've now seen. And 3, it gives me an excuse to wear my different suits. I suppose I could wear them here, but it just is an excuse to do it. So that's why I did it. One of the reasons. But thank you very much, you guys, for everything. Seriously. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you wanted to see more, I really fucked that up. Hold on. This is why we use jump cuts. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, thank you for clicking right here to see more. For so long, so many times, for so often. I love you.